What's a simple sign that someone is rich?
Don't know the price of common things because they don't need to know.
They have middle-of-the-day hobbies instead of a job.
If I was rich, I'd make sure no one around me was poor anymore. I'd move to a rich neighborhood.
Summer isn't a season for them, it's a verb.
Rich people don't put their couch against the wall.
When they wear all black outfits, all their blacks match.
There are several ways to tell, but clothes that fit perfectly, with no visible labels or symbols, is usually a dead giveaway. Edit. Spelling.
As a bank teller, when I open up their account and see that they got a ton of money, most of the rich people I've met you wouldn't know they are passing them on the street. I know some rich people who wear worn-out clothes and drive a shitbox. Guess you would have more money if you don't spend it on anything.
Shit, at this point, anyone who has their bills on autopay is rich to me.
Tasteless iPhone.
He is 75 bald and she is 29, looks like Sofia Vergara.
They're always going sailing or skiing.
Top hat and monocle.
All this stuff about new money and old money is hilarious. I used to work at a bar where the owner of the restaurant company that ran it would frequent. Sure, he dressed normal and drove a unassuming Buick minivan, but he absolutely loved talking about his collection of paintings and his property on a great lake. Truth is, there's no real way to tell if someone is rich unless you looked at their finances.
A super low-key flex is their kids with college degrees don't work, but run their family, non-profit or do a lot of volunteer charity work. They are not materialistic. Through generations that's been bred out of them.
Time is more valuable than money.
I have a family. I come to home every day, where my wife receives me with a warm meal and my kids run to me and kiss me.
Another person said, they don't talk about money. They are correct. Old money doesn't talk about it. Only new money talks about money. They want everyone to know.
Relative of mine is extremely wealthy. Retired at like 35. However, nobody would know because he lives in an average house with average cars.
You really can't tell since a lot of people with money don't act like they have money. For example, I used to audit banks and had to audit in the small town I grew up in. I was shocked. The people I thought had money growing up didn't. They were in debt up to their eyeballs. And the people who had money, nobody knew they had money. That included my grandparents. It just made me sad. My parents had money. They took multiple trips to Europe. They didn't need my grandparents' money. My grandparents should have enjoyed life more. Instead, they sacrificed to give their children a nice inheritance that they didn't need. My kids will inherit money from me, but not to the point that I am sacrificing like my grandparents did. My dad went and bought a new 85K truck. With some of the inheritance, I'm sure my grandparents are rolling over in their graves.
Healthy.